So a lot happened at D23, the Disney Expo. Is it called D23 because this is their 23rd one?
I didn't even know this existed until Kingdom Hearts came out.
Yeah, it's something they do. It looks like it's a yearly thing.
That's because I don't care. He's Disney.
So Mark Ruffalo plays Bruce Banner, and also he does the motion capture for Hulk. I don't know if you knew that or not.
That's actually pretty cool.
He is Hulk through and through. He was being interviewed by Variety, and the topic came up about a standalone Hulk movie because it is kind of weird. You know, we had in 2008 we had Iron Man and the Incredible Hulk, and then we had Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, Captain America sequels, Thor sequels. It seems like Hulk is the only mainstay Avenger who hasn't gotten any sequels. And turns out there's a dumb reason behind it. But Mark Ruffalo, while speaking to Variety, was quoted as saying, "I want to just make one thing perfectly clear today. A standalone Hulk movie will never happen. Universal has the rights for the standalone Hulk movies. And for some reason, they don't know how to play well with Marvel, and they don't want to make money. Because let's face it, if they did, I want to say Civil War, Sony made a ton of money just allowing Marvel to use Spidey in that movie. And likewise, they made a ton of money off of Spider-Man Homecoming, and they were able to use Tony Stark and completely connect Spider-Man into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, even though the movie technically wasn't even made by Disney. So I'm still trying to wrap my head around how rights and everything work. So apparently Universal isn't in the same mindset that they were back in 2008. In fact, they tried recently to make their own cinematic universe with The Mummy, and I think that crashed. I think that bombed. I don't think anyone went to go see that movie.
What? No one wanted to see the movie they already knew the end to?
Exactly. Ruffalo went on further to say that we talked about it, but I don't see it in the cards. He also said that he probably only has a few more years, a few more good years left playing the character before, he's too old, I guess. I don't know how old the guy is. I've only ever seen, outside of the Hulk role, I've seen him in a movie called Shutter Island, which was a pretty good movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. Have you seen that movie?
We watched that on the return trip from a mission trip.
Oh no.
If you've never been on a mission trip, going there is always really exciting. Returning is always it's kind of sad
you
leaving
just
there.
Get home.
And yeah, it's like it's the worst part of especially if you're going by road.
Yes.
If you're driving on the return,
you just want to be home.
You want to be home. It's it's sad. Everyone's like low on energy. And we watched that, and everyone was just like, well, as if I wasn't, depressed enough. This dude basically got turned into a vegetable.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks, Blake.
So, I don't understand why Universal doesn't want to do the same deal that Sony has done, where they're basically just sharing the character and allowing Marvel to make standalone movies. Another thing, Marvel, I don't know why you sold your movie rights away in the first place. I mean, were they really hurting that much for money back in, back in like year 2000 or the late 90s when they sold the rights to Sony for Spider-Man? Like, I don't get how you make such a blunder like that, how you could be so short-sighted by saying, hey, yeah, give us, $10 billion and you can use this character to make all kinds of money for you. To me, it just seems like you would just do it yourself, which is what they started doing in 2008 with Iron Man. and created this cinematic universe, which has never been done in movies before. I mean, I know that they, if that probably wasn't in the cards at the time, and it seemed like a good idea at the time. But I would say Spider-Man and Hulk are two of the most recognizable Marvel characters ever. And then X-Men. The X-Men are also not part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Why? Because Marvel sold the movie rights to Fox. And Fox makes all that stuff. And what's really bad with the X-Men, arguably the most popular franchise within Marvel, Marvel is actively trying to do less and less with X-Men in comics and with video games because they aren't making any money off of the movies for them. So in a roundabout way, it's actually killing off some of their most popular properties. Now, thankfully, that's not happening with Spider-Man and Hulk. I don't even know if there's Hulk comics still being made. Probably. But they're just very interesting characters. And I'm one of the people that I actually thought the 2008 Incredible Hulk movie was fairly good. I'm not saying it's like anywhere near like Captain America Winter Soldier material, but it's still a decent superhero movie. It's leagues and leagues beyond the 2002 or 2001 Ang Lee Hulk movie that was just a train wreck. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that was so bad. So Universal just basically doesn't want to make any money. They wouldn't have to do anything except say, yes, give us this much money to use the character in a standalone movie, and there you go. Pot of gold for Universal. I just kind of think it comes down to them being like, no, Marvel's a competitor now, and we won't play ball with them. Kind of reminds me of like Sony with having an open network to play cross-platform games together, like Rocket League and Overwatch and Minecraft. Very similar. What do you think?
About which one?
About Universal.
I mean,
why do you think their reasoning is that they won't let them make another standalone movie?
I mean, I'm sure it's saying that they don't want to make money. I'm sure that's not a reason, but I don't know. I mean, like, if you just don't want to do anything with it, or maybe you're just Reese's are in another spot. Your resources are being used on something else. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I actually don't have a problem with, like, no more Hulk movies. Not to say that, like, I don't think they can't make a good one, but to me, Hulk isn't really that much of an interesting character by himself. I think he does a much better job being in a group with the Avengers than by himself, and that's probably just because I don't know very many Hulk villains, and along with that, I don't know very many Hulk stories, like, other than to name a few of the more popular ones, like Planet Hulk and Worldbreaker Hulk, Red Hulk, and a lot of those you wouldn't really be able to make a movie off of, or a sequel movie off of a character, because, well, Planet Hulk, I think they could have done, since, he was he was sent in space, or he just
by the Avengers.
Space. Yeah, but they're kind of like you said. I don't know if you said it in the beginning or maybe you said it off camera, but like you said, it's like they kind of did Planet Hulk.
They incorporated that into Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah. Which, they could have done either way, but now that he's in Ragnarok, you can't really do that because you'd have to retcon all of that, unless you want to just do it. But I don't know if Hulk is gonna like follow Thor in that movie, because They didn't say anything about it, and I don't want to see anything about it because you know they've already like that's enough. Don't need to see anything else.
We just know he's in the movie, and
that's all that needs to be known.
He's wearing the armor from Planet Hulk. So
yeah. So, but yeah, like I don't know. This doesn't pain me. I'm not wanting another Hulk movie.
I do want to see more Hulk though in Marvel movies. Like if he's a floater character, much like Black Widow and Hawkeye, why not have more of him? Like I know we're gonna get him in Thor Ragnarok, and then of course we've got the 2 Avengers movies. But after that, since he doesn't have his own film franchise, and since Mark Ruffalo's willing to do this for the next couple of years, throw him somewhere else. Throw him into something else. Like I feel like we were talking about how the Spider-Man Homecoming sequel will have another Avenger kind of take the place of Tony Stark as a mentor. Bruce Banner would be a pretty good fit for that, I think. Or Peter Quill.
As a scientist.
As a fellow scientist, yeah. And also, Spider-Man and Hulk together, like it's kind of like a combination of Spider-Man trying to keep people from getting killed from Hulk fighting something.
that sounds a lot like Hulk fighting and Spider-Man, cleaning up.
Yeah, basically, and him trying to keep him under control.
Yeah, I want to see Spider-Man fight alongside someone.
Yeah, because he can always pair up with someone in really interesting ways. You seen Homecoming yet, by the way?
No, I think I'm seeing it this Sunday.
Well, you'll have to tell us all what you think of it.